For decades now, people have struggled to build societies where freedom and the rule of law are protected. Whether it be negotiating a contract or defending oneself against criminal accusations, people will often need representation by those with a mastery of the law. We set out to answer the question, can law and morality go hand in hand?
Martin Luther King Jr., people will quote him or misquote him all the time. I'll do it too. He talked about an unjust law is no law at all.
The standards that Catholic attorneys are expected to uphold are the ones, first of all, presented to them by the state bars in which they are going to practice. So they must be ethical people, and we highly emphasize that they must be ethical. As a matter of fact, we want them to be more than ethical. We want them to be saintly lawyers.
As a Catholic law school and teaching at a Catholic law school, that brings value to my classroom because I can talk about doctrine and technical aspects of the law, but I can place that in the larger context of the Western or Catholic intellectual tradition.
Attending a Catholic law school is important for almost a universal connection with the church, first of all. Morals and faith and reason is taught in the classroom, which is exciting. It sort of plays a part in terms of what's happening in the world. For me, is more than just politics, is more than all that stuff put together, really.
Has a sense that some lawyers have lost their way, have put the desire for money above their service to clients or the common good. Ave Maria School of Law is founded on the sense that character, personal integrity, is the essential prerequisite to be a lawyer, and it seeks to nurture that in its students.
In the law school here, we teach timeless values. We teach truths that are long-standing. And so when we do that, that gives us the advantage to not kind of blow this way or that way with the changing seasons or the changing directions.
Part of the mission, of course, is to teach the law, the skills, and the doctrine in a very rigorous academic environment. But it's more than that. It's to understand these skills and the doctrine in the context of the Catholic intellectual tradition and the natural law.
The Catholic intellectual tradition is based on natural law. What does natural law mean? It means those things which are common sense, that they are obvious. The way the thing is made is the way the thing should act. And natural law then is something that all people of goodwill can agree upon. What do we see out there that makes us realize that there are certain standards which are part of human nature, things that we can all agree upon? And so if we look simply at the Ten Commandments, that's natural law. That's natural law.
But you go down to Cuba, Fidel Castro, what did he do? First he passed the law, then he abused it. Well, you have to understand that there comes a point where you might pass a law, but if it violates human dignity, if it violates common sense, that sense of the natural law that Martin Luther King talked about from the Birmingham jail, when he had been thrown in jail for protecting people of color. These are things that you and I now can agree that slavery is wrong, or that segregation is wrong. But at the time, they were entirely legal. And so that's something that we try and teach our students, that it's not enough to know the law. You have to also have an appreciation for it, an understanding of what it means to be a human person.
To give students academic freedom to carry out research and make up their own mind about these issues. And unfortunately, that's not the case in most law schools, where you have dogmatic positions on abortion and why it should be a fundamental right. And the fact that it is a fundamental right is never even questioned, which at Ave Maria is not the case. And we do question those issues. However, there is room for other opinions on other ethical perspectives.
Wow, it's great to see a school that's accessible to all faiths while striving to uphold a greater good. Now, before you can become a law student, you need to position yourself with the best education possible. We set out to answer the question, how can you select the best prep school for you?